Hello and welcome to the Hope Hotline. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see, I got somebody very special here today with me. I'm super excited because it's actually my gym trainer. Like, she owns the gym that I go to.
Yep.
And between her and the other trainer, they bash me.
No.
You're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. Well, actually, you're keeping me alive.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job. It's just once in a while we'll
keeping
tweak
you
things.
from getting injured.
No, every day, multiple times a day. I'm tweaked.
We always want to make things easier. So
Oh my gosh.
your body just naturally gravitates towards the easy way to do it.
I'm lucky to be alive. Thank God. Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get going, do you remember when the quitters, my quitters
I knew
were
it was
going to
coming.
the gym with me? Do
knew
you
it was
remember that?
coming.
Do you remember when
Vaguely,
all of
yes.
us would go? Vaguely, it's been that long.
Vaguely.
It's because it's been so long.
Was it a dream?
Remember when we came in, like our first?
Yeah.
our-
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I mean, it was fun. It's always fun when you have camaraderie like that.
There was so many injuries.
Lots of injuries. I mean, there were so many injuries. I kept having to go to my sports therapist, muscle. What is that called? The massage. Thank you. Like, she was pulling out kinks. I literally couldn't walk.
What-
That one that I got in my
initial-
stomach.
First
When-
time
when
getting
we
into
pulled
the
our
strength
ab
training and all that.
muscle.
It's a challenge because you have to
It was bad.
wake
Yeah.
up those muscles. And
The ab muscle that both me and Vanessa did.
the same day.
It must
That
have
was
been
terrible.
Exercise.
I don't. I've never felt such pain in all my life.
You'd never had it again, though. Now that you've been
never.
consistent.
Yeah, that's true. I've never
Yeah.
experienced
Me
it
too.
ever again.
So now
but that was awful.
you're in it.
But to get that thing out, like, I was like, thank God nobody was in. It's in her house, right? So her massage place is in her house, and I screamed bloody murder when she was trying to get. I'm like, where are you going? What are you doing? It was very painful. But we were so loud.
We were.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, she goes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
all right.
because it's
You
true.
were so loud, and
I
we
like
we
energy.
literally took over the room when we walked in.
I hate teaching classes that nobody talks and everybody just stares at me.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'd rather have laughing and loudness and
We were loud.
energy.
We were loud.
I literally was like, they don't even know what walked into this room.
No, but that was a fun class though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
until they all left me.
I do miss you guys.
I know.
Aw, you're such a good
You
one.
had a really good playlist too.
Oh
That's
my gosh,
true.
That
always
makes a difference,
all the
though.
time.
Yeah.
such
You have to.
such energy with the playlist. What did you say?
For a wedding.
She's broke.
Yeah, oh,
Broke
it was too
joke.
expensive for her. They think I go bougie. Not those two, because those two can. That's not bougie, but
I just
there's
need a
other
bigger
people.
room. I need
Yeah.
like a gymnasium.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
But listen, you got some things in the works right now, so
I do. Yeah.
that's good stuff. So, do you want to just do your thing really quick, Tracy, before we get into it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So if you are on Facebook, what we're going to have you do is like and share and then head over to Rumble because we're live. And if you're watching the replay, it's fine. You could stay on Facebook, but like and share and do all the stuff so we know that you're watching. If you are on Rumble, there's a repost option. So make sure you do that repost and then click the like button as well. That will help us get out there, especially on a very political app. And so it'll get our thing out there. I did change our category in YouTube to entertainment. So if you can like and share and do all that kind of stuff too, that would be great. Hello, TikTok. We're live on there and all the people that are hearting and liking it. Thank you so much. Norma's on. Hey, Norma. And Nico. And this, listen, I don't know what your name is because it's like an emoji, but I appreciate all the likes and it's really cool that you guys are watching. If you want a better user experience, you can come over to Rumble. The audio will be definitely better until we can figure that out. And then we have our blackrobetv.com, which is our own platform, and the audio podcast will be available later. That is not a live stream. That is a replay as well, but you can share that. That's Spotify, Apple Music, all the good stuff that you watch any or listen to anything else on. Please send your questions in. We love hearing from you guys. It can be any question at all. Just send it in and we'll see what what we can do with that stuff. Usually Hope comes up with something very interesting. And then, of course, Hope is on TikTok, and we actually have had a lot more updates on here. So I'll have to update again because it's always updating, but you'll want to come and see all the questions she's answering on there. They're pretty funny. So check them out. And then the Hope Hotline is also on TikTok. We'll do replays. We'll do random things like we did the Sprite challenge, which was interesting. We learned a lot from Sprite challenges and things, I guess. Okay. If you know, you know. Natalie will be on at the end of the month. So she is on May 30th. So keep sending those questions in too. Anything you have about the medical field, especially she's a believer. So she definitely has an interesting take on the medical world as well. We're on Instagram. And of course, we have our merch, and it's available at foundationchurchfl.com. And then just click shop. But if you are in our actual building, Foundation Church, you can get that all available on Sunday as well. And then last but not least, if you didn't know, we have our special guest in today. So we are very excited, and we'll get any information that you guys need. But she has a local boutique gym. So we'll have to hear what kind of stuff she has available for you guys today. I'm very excited to have her on. And that is it. So are we ready? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. Maybe? Maybe not? Ready? Set? She can't hear me. Ready? Are you ready?
Because I have no in ears.
I blocked you out. So
What is that?
I blocked you out.
Yeah, we're ready.
Ready? Okay, ready.
I'll tell you all about her though.
Okay.
It's really good. So and now I'm all caught off guard.
That's okay.
It's all right.
That's okay.
Okay, so
Here we are.
Carrie owns the gym that I go to, which is Elite Gym. Now, like a lot of people will say, that's like preferential treatment. Like I'm only letting people that I know on here. Well, yeah, that's true. The reason is, first of all, because I don't take money from people to like back them. I only go with the people that I know and that are reputable. And so if I have you on here, there's a reason why. It's because I know for a fact whatever they're going to tell you is actual factual truth, that they have a long-standing good reputation, and that it's somebody that I actually would support. But a lot of times when you see people come on podcasts, they're paid to go on the podcast, and I'm small potatoes, so nobody's paying to go on my podcast. But what I am saying to you is even if I was larger, and when I do get bigger, I still probably won't do that unless I know them well, because like you have to like back whoever you say. And a lot of people are out there that they're not good. It's just like you can go to any gym, you can sign up for a Planet Fitness, but what you're going to get from you versus what you're going to get from a Planet Fitness is two different things.
Oh, yeah.
So I could have a Planet Fitness expert come and sit here, but you're not going to get that expert when you go in there. And that's the difference between the reason why I have like Natalie on here and even you. And then I've had other people come on and talk about their stories. It's because it's real. And that's really what's most important, is finding people who are real, but also are very knowledgeable about what they believe in. So with that being said, the first question I want to ask you is what made you go into, I know this story and I love it, but what made you go into fitness and personal training?
Well, I've always been into fitness ever since I was in high school. Just always took care of myself as a cheerleader and gymnastics in high school. So I always was very active, but I always was intrigued by how to stay healthy and how to be healthy and what to do in your life in order to not have a heart attack, which my grandparents ended up suffering at a very young age. And I told this story before, but my grandmother passed when I was 8, and that just stuck with me in my life, because I'm like, there's got to be a way to stay healthy and not die in your 50s.
You know, it's so funny because people that are young like that in their teenage years, which is when you were like really reflecting on certain things, but I didn't think about anything like that in my teenage years. I wasn't like at 8. I had suffered a loss when I was like 6 from my grandfather. And although it was traumatic for me, it wasn't making me think of being healthy. But for you, you're
Right.
like, there's got to be a way. And I was like,
Yeah.
what's up next? You know?
And none of my family was into like working out or health or anything like that. So for me, for that to come up, it just stuck with me for some reason. And I said, I want to take care of myself. I don't want, they were smokers. They didn't eat healthy. And so, I would hear about, I grew up in the 80s and 90s where fat free was a thing. And all these diet crazes and all that came about. So there's been a mix since I went to college for exercise science to lead up to that point where I'm like, I need to find out what the truth is.
Yeah.
So I just ended up going to college, taking nutrition courses and finding out what the healthy way to exercise is. And it just stuck with me. And now I've been able to show others how to do that. And I love it. It changes people's lives. And it's one profession that you can just stick with people with. And the relationships I've built, it has been incredible.
Well, I think it's so, when it's what you love, did you actually go into it's like teachers. When a person goes into teaching, usually it's because their love for helping people learn and become more than what they are. Like they want to be able to pass on that knowledge. And they actually are so passionate about it. It's not a job for them. It's a passion. And for you, like, fitness isn't just like, okay, I get to go clock in, and like, it is like you're passionate about. I personally, and I know my little girls over there, we all can honestly say, like, when I still go, but when they went there, they knew you cared. Like, you're very conscientious of everything that we're doing, if we're doing it correctly and why we're doing it.
True.
And so for me, like, that is such a difference between going to somebody who just does it because it's a paycheck versus somebody who does it because it's their life.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because I've been through trainers who have worked in my studio, and I've worked in different facilities, and I've seen different people in fitness and how they work, and I can tell those who do it because they love it, and then I can tell those who just are just there.
Oh yeah.
Just they're trying to bring you through a workout. There's a whole, and that's what I love about my job is I get to meet so many people. I get to create that relationship with people and find out what they love about exercise and movement, and everybody's different.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Not everybody works out the same, and not everybody's going to be motivated by the same thing either. So I love finding that. So I think that's something that God gave me.
Psychological.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. Becoming, it's like in sales, reading people is super important. And the same thing goes with what you do.
Yeah,
Because you have to read and understand, like, what makes that person tick.
exactly. Yeah.
And then they can be truly successful in the goals that they've set for themselves. Because failure is like, when you say, like, in this industry that you're in, failure is higher than success stories, correct? Because people
Correct.
give up
Yes.
and quit.
Yes.
And although they quit, they all are still working out. They just don't go to the gym anymore.
And what it is like, I
Which
was
is
saying,
rare.
Nobody's the same. So everybody doesn't like the same things. Their life takes them on different paths, and whatever workout routine didn't fit their path that they were on, so they had to pivot and go
but
somewhere else.
most of the time people don't do that. They don't leave and still continue to work out. Because
Yeah.
I will tell you this, I've tried and I've quit and stopped working out. Like, quitting was, and I'm not a quitter, but in this category, because I used to tell my husband all the time, I'm like, in life, this is the only place in life that I've ever been like, I'm not going to start it because I know I'll quit it. Because he's like, but at least you're giving it. I'm like, I don't quit. I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even going to do it because I know how I've done it too many times, and I can't stand quitting. I
Right.
cannot.
I can't
so,
either. I can't
so
either.
for me, like, I had to be a challenge, which we were challenged to go and do this, a challenge to do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it because I've been challenged. I honestly didn't think I would stick to it. And I don't think if I hadn't gone to Elite, I don't know if I would have still kept doing it. I'm just being completely honest with you.
That's okay.
Because it's not my nature. But there was a difference in the care of when we went. And plus, the atmosphere is just so
Yeah,
different than other gyms. It really is.
Yeah, it's the relationships that I form with my clients, and because we're like a family in there,
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of friends hanging out, and that makes it so much more enjoyable to go to,
Yeah.
than if you just slap on your headphones and go to the gym and go through your circuit and leave.
Yeah.
So it's a different experience.
It's so funny, and I'll go to my sponsors right after this, but I will say this, and then we'll get to other questions that are way more, you guys will love the questions. But I will say that the one thing that I will say, like, I love hearing, like, when I don't have them as my personal trainer. You guys just watch me, and if I'm screwing up, you correct me and Natalia. But you guys have people who you personally train one-on-one.
Yes.
And the thing that I love is the conversations that while you're training them, you're investing in them. And so does Virginie, and even is Sean, right? What's the other girl's name? What's the other girl's name, Tracy?
Oh, Sonia.
Sonia.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
couldn't even think of it. So
Yeah.
Sonia and you and Virginie, all of you like invest in the people that you're training. You actually like talk about family. Like
Yeah.
you want to get to know these people
Right.
and
Yes.
like their lives.
Because it helps get everybody, us getting to know you better helps us serve you better and helps just fitness into your life.
Okay, can I also
So-
tell you what that does?
Yeah.
It helps make the time go a lot
Yes.
faster.
Absolutely. Yes.
Like the time goes by super quick when you're talking and you're talking about things
we're
that you
distracting
enjoy.
you from your pain that
That's it right
you're
there.
in.
But I mean, I'm like, man, that
Yeah.
doesn't make it like you feel like when you're going to the gym, you're visiting your friends.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go visit and hang out and then get an accomplishment done for the day.
I mean, my day would be super long if I was just sitting there telling you what to do. So I look at some trainers that do that and just don't talk to their client and just tell them, all right, here. I'm like, how do you get through your day?
I know that'd be rough,
Like-
but they do because it's a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
And that's what the personal experience is. So it makes a difference in everything.
Yeah.
Oh, even if you don't live in the area, if you live in the area, my hope is having her on here is one that you learn to love exercise, becoming fit, and know how important it is.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how important it was. I have learned.
Right. And you feel it now.
I feel
Feel
it.
the difference.
The next is nutritional. Understanding like how important it is. I still eat like crap, but I eat way better than what I ever did.
So it's
like,
an improvement.
Way better. There's a balance to everything, but understanding the importance of nutrition, which
Right.
we're going to get into. The last thing is if you live in the area, or if you don't live in the area, find a place that you can call home and enjoy working out and become the healthiest you can possibly be. And but there's multiple ways to do that because you offer, and which we'll get into, you offer online where you help people in their homes, like a concierge service like Natalie does,
Right.
Versus coming in and like you have a wide variety of options for people.
Yep.
So I want to make sure they know that as well, but it's super important. So just stay tuned because I think you're going to learn a lot and then it'll challenge you like I was challenged. Super good. Yeah. So let's go to sponsors really quick so that we don't have any breaks for the rest of the time. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida is owned by Laura Keller. They have been in business since 2005. They provide the most accurate certified home appraisal service in Southwest Florida. They have upfront pricing with no hidden fees, no waiting for a couple weeks for your appraisal. They will have it done in 2 to 4 days. Why do you need an appraisal? There are many reasons to get one. First, when you call your home, it removes any concern that you priced it too low, to eliminate paying high estate taxes on a home you inherited, to make sure that you are not paying too much in property taxes because of an inaccurate home valuation, and lastly, so that when you list your home, it's not priced too high and sits on the market for months or longer. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida is highly trusted and valued, and they have done over 10,000 appraisals. They are locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They are licensed state certified appraiser and are an expert team. Their appraisals have a 100% money back guarantee, and they can provide residential real estate appraisals in the following counties: Charlotte, Sarasota, Manatee, DeSoto, Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Lee. If you give them a call, tell them that you heard about them from the Hope Hotline, and they will give you a $50 discount. If you are listening, their number is, and you're not watching us, it's not 941-743-3700, 941-743-3700. Hanson Automotive Services has been in business since 2017 with 20 years experience. They do everything from oil changes to tires to AC work to engine repair and replacement. They are not just motivated to do their best, they are auto-motivated, and their business lives by Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. 941-460-3962 is a way to get a hold of them. Again, 941-460-3962. Hot diggity. Now let's roll. So some of my questions will be repetitive because she just talked about some of this, but they'll go into greater detail. One is, how do you describe your approach to training and coaching clients? How do you describe that?
Well, I think we kind of talked about it
Yep.
in the sense that I get to know every client and see what their personality is, and everybody has what I call a fitness personality.
What
And
what would you describe a fitness personality?
It's whatever, like you were saying, makes you tick as far as keeping active and staying active. There's some people that just hate certain exercises and hate doing certain things, or some that only have 30 minutes to exercise a day. So I have to figure out and get to know that person on a deeper level so that I can integrate fitness into their lifestyle without it being overwhelming. Because
Then they'll quit.
yeah, exactly. And some will come into me and be like, I want to work out every single day, 2 hours a day. and, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. So I have to make sure that I balance out what I know is going to work for them for the long term, because I'm not just, I'm going to get you in shape for this wedding and that's it. I want to make sure that you make small changes so that you can live it eventually.
Have people come in and say, I want to get in shape for my wedding?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I still have
And then
people
they're
that-
going to quit after that?
Well, some have that in their mind and they're saying, I just want to do that and then stop. So I have to say, okay, well, do you know what this is going to do for you? And a lot of the times they'll get in shape and they don't want to stop because they've gotten to a point where, they feel good, they're stronger, they're not going to want to quit after that. So sometimes I just use it as their motivation to get
gosh.
going and start. It's good to have something, too, that you
Oh, yeah,
can
have a goal?
help. Yeah, exactly.
A goal
To
is
help-
huge.
Yeah, to help get you going and to kind of get you to that dedicated part of it.
And to stick with it.
consistent, yeah.
Okay, so they have those personality tests that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that the personality tests, are they similar to there's how many personality, when they do those tests, guys, and then they're 5 different personalities. There's sanguine. What are those? We did that one time. Was there 4? There's 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, it depends which one. Myers-Briggs has a
And there's
bunch of
also
them.
the Enneagram,
Yeah.
the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
There's the
so many.
ISTJ, EN, extrovert, introvert. There's
Do
so
you
many
think
different
that
ones.
when you're working out, do you think there's a certain number, you can read them right when they come in? Okay, this person's like this.
I can for a lot of the times. I can tell when they come in what kind of a fitness personality they are.
You must have known we were a hot mess when we walked in then.
No.
Holy crap. We came in like guns a-blazing and fizzled out fast.
Well, I try to keep you balanced and, keep you motivated so that you don't go too high and then you don't go too low. So I try to keep you in the center so that you're still here.
No crashing. I am still here.
So we balanced you out.
I'm like the song, I'm still standing. Whatever. Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you and your team stay educated on the new techniques, trends, and research? Because listen, remember I asked you this one time about what's that one that people are now saying that is not healthy for your body? It's the one where you use your body weight against each other. You run a lot. They have it
The
right
HIIT
at
training? Is that what you're talking
it's
about?
right around the
CrossFit or-
CrossFit.
Yeah.
CrossFit used to be the rage. Now people are finding out that it's not the best for your body.
Yeah, well, fitness goes in trends, and it does that because of, how long it will last, how long people will stick to it, and then what it does for your body on the long term, too. So high intensity interval training was a fad, was just big fad that came out. And I taught classes because people were looking for them. So
Yeah.
I have to go with the trends. And, but long term, it can cause issues if you do that every single day. And then even women over 40, we don't deal with stress after a certain age very well, as much as, as best as we did in our 20s. So
And why is that?
it's our hormone changes that happen, our drop in estrogen. So we just,
So does the So is it that we handle it worse or we get better?
We don't handle it better than we did in our 20s.
Really?
Yes, yeah. So high stress levels are not, anything that causes high stress is not good for our age group, I will say. So high intensity interval training, it's okay once in a while at short bursts. I do one class a week now. I used to teach every day. Now I just do one class. And the rest I will walk and listen to a podcast or listen to a book on audio.
Yeah.
So things like that in yoga that help decrease and balance out your stress levels are super important for us to do.
Now, a lot of Christians have problems with yoga. Lots.
Yeah.
But, I took your yoga class and you don't do anything
It
weird.
can be spiritual or,
But
it
you
just
don't do
depends on the
anything weird.
instructor. No.
I mean, like-
focus on your breathing more and more mobility. My
Yeah.
class isn't even called yoga. It's called pliability.
Yeah.
So it helps your body move better.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do because we're tough on our bodies, with the strength training and
Yeah.
weight training. You have to balance that out. I have an infrared sauna at the gym. I go in 3 days a week. So-
Infrared. I didn't know it was infrared. I need to be hitting that thing then because
Yeah, you
she's
do.
got a whole body infrared thing.
I don't have a whole body one.
Yeah.
Just like a small.
What
little
is it?
panel.
Then what is it?
Okay.
It's a panel that I like.
Oh,
set-
that's right.
Get the picture.
It literally looks like it's your whole body.
It's so
Yeah.
good for you.
I
though.
do
Very good.
rotate, and like I look like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
I rotate in front of it.
You do. You're all red. It's like you're looking at Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Yeah, but
sign.
there's so many good
It's so right.
benefits,
It is,
like
and there's a lot of research,
anti-aging,
yep,
anti.
about
I need
What's
to get
that
in
thing
there
we
then.
have in our bodies? Inflammation, like all of that.
Yeah, that they're studying it more
Yes.
too, and then recovery from workouts. It's huge.
True.
That's why I do 20 minutes right after I work out because it helps with recovery.
Should I be doing
And,
that then?
Yes.
You can. Yeah.
Absolutely.
In my
yes.
sweat, in my workout clothes? I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hitting that
Deep,
sucker
so-
on Monday.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
Now
good
she'll be
for
coming
recovery.
back. Vanessa will
Now
be
that she
coming back
knows.
just for the sauna. Guaranteed you.
Just for that.
Guarantee you.
It's great. I look forward to it every time. I'm like, oh, this is like,
How long do I need to
Excellent.
stay in there?
I do just 20 minutes after my workout.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, but there's tons of benefits coming out from that. So and then conversely, the ice baths are not good for women. They've been coming out now with new research talking about.
My girlfriend was just talking to me about this,
Mic
and
drop.
she's like telling me you got to do them.
Praise the
So
Lord.
don't do
Yeah.
them.
They'll
Never
make
got
you
into that.
initially
Never.
feel good
She
because
feels
it numbs
great.
everything. So you just feel like you put ice on something, you're gonna numb it. But as far as women taking ice baths, it puts our body in like our nervous system it heightens. So because we can't deal with the stress levels that high, they're seeing new research about ice baths not healthy for us as women.
I like it.
Here, Tracy.
I like
I
it.
like it.
I knew it.
I don't want to be cold.
I
don't.
hate
I
it
hate
in my
being cold,
spirit.
so to me, that was
I saw
Yeah.
that cold plunge. I was like, no,
It was
absolutely
a
not.
spiritual thing.
It was a
We
spiritual
were like,
thing for me
Yeah.
too.
I did a Spartan race, and they did have an ice, like a dumpster of ice water that you had to go in and come out and run. And you do feel fantastic when you come out of it because you're just all
Energized.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
It,
she
like,
says.
wakes
She
you
feels
up,
like
but-
I wonder if
she
it's
feels
like
energized.
your
Yeah.
adrenaline.
She has a high stress job.
Like your adrenaline. Like,
Yeah.
But it was good, I guess, for a race.
Right.
While I was in that
Yeah.
race, I needed that.
1 second, yeah.
So I burned it off.
Well, you're so freaking hot when you're racing. It
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Like that, I would be looking for her to be refreshed. She works so
it was
high.
right at the beginning.
Oh,
It was like one of the first things we had to do.
are you kidding
So
me?
yeah. But that's the only time I've done it. Besides that,
So the red light therapy.
yes.
They say what did they say is good about red light therapy? It's anti-aging.
Yep.
It's what else is it?
Anti-inflammatory. It helps with your immune system. It helps with your hormone balance. Good for your skin.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it helps with muscle recovery.
people with
It
eczema.
helps with muscle recovery.
Yeah. People with eczema or like psoriasis.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's great.
It's
like
it,
one of the
what?
best
How does
investments
that
I've
work
done.
with psoriasis?
So I don't know
eczema.
the science behind.
Right.
I don't either.
all
It,
that.
what does it dry it?
I think
does
it's
it get rid of it?
I think a lot of eczema and psoriasis is
Yeah,
inflammation.
in your body.
And so
Yeah.
because it targets inflammation in your body, the effects on your skin clear up because you're getting to the root of the problem. I'm literally just making that up. So I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm listening
put
to
a
you like you
disclaimer
know
on
what
the
the
bottom
crap
here.
you're talking about.
I mean,
Why, oh, why do I listen to you?
she's not really wrong.
Freaking was buying everything you're selling right now.
No, no, she's actually.
Is she right?
She's pretty accurate. Yeah, it stimulates the mitochondrian cells, increases
fun
energy.
facts that you know.
Yeah,
This
she
is
knows.
a beautiful mind.
It is a
up
beautiful
here.
mind. Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't. How did you get that in your sauna? Did it come in your sauna, or did you
What's
make the red light therapy? Did you make it so that the
No,
sauna
it
could
comes
do it?
as a infrared sauna. Yeah, yeah. It's Clear Light Saunas is the company.
That is awesome.
Yeah, but I had to research it. Like my head was spinning when I was trying to find saunas because there's so much on EMF ratings. You know So you have to make sure. It's
Like she
not
won't let anything into this
toxic.
beautiful body.
Right.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, so I had to
She's-
research a lot, and that Clear Light Saunas was I can vouch for them. They were.
If you saw her arms, you would be sinning because you would be
Oh my
coveting like her
gosh.
arms.
Coveting.
I literally
Coveting
the
them.
first time I went there, I looked at her arms because mine looked like I was a flying squirrel at the time. I still do slightly.
After for you, we need a new after.
Yeah, we do. But I'm just saying, like, the first thing that I noticed is your arms, and I was like, "Dear God, I want those arms. Like they're
Yeah.
beautiful. Like
Just
your
saying.
arms are perfect."
Just so you know, Virginie
Oh
is,
my
is
gosh.
on.
Huh?
Virginie is on. And she said,
Yes.
I saw the hot mess right away.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Oh my gosh, this is our first day.
Yep. The one on the
got-
the right
Oh my
is
gosh,
our first day.
this is our first week.
and then Talia got the other one of you
Look
guys.
how different you look.
Oh my gosh, I was bumpa big load coming in. Look at my thick thighs.
I was thick, girl. I was thick.
I was holy crap.
Yeah, we were.
Wow.
Yeah, we were.
That's so great
Yeah.
to look at photos like that. You're like
So
all your
great. I
hard
love
work.
it.
I forgot how fat I was.
You're not.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was fat.
You just needed the
That
muscle.
doesn't even look like you, Hope.
I've lost weight and I've gained muscle. What did you say?
That doesn't even look like you.
Right.
Oh my gosh, my face. Like everything is big. Like everything is big except my shoes.
Oh my gosh.
And even that,
Look at your
probably
face,
my
too.
feet were spread and tight in those things. But who knows?
You don't-
Hungry hippo. Here we
Oh
come.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, to be on the other side.
Thank God. Thank God.
Holy crap.
Now
only-
you're on the other side
Oh
now.
Only
my
took like
gosh.
2 years,
Came
but it's
over.
Thank you,
fine.
Jesus.
Came over.
Nothing that a little bit of exercise and salmonella can't
Oh
cure.
I
my
mean-
gosh.
Remember when I got salmonella?
I mean, you're not
I was out
lying
for like a
about
month
that.
and a half.
Yeah.
Wasn't I? I was out for like a month and a
You
half.
had a good.
Forget Ozempic. It's
Salmonella
Salmonella. Hey.
Salmonella. what is it? There's Heather.
Salmonella.
Is it
How do you say it?
salmonella?
Salmonella.
Salmonella?
Salmonella.
Salmonella?
Salmonella.
Potato, potato.
I don't know.
Potato, potato.
It's McDonald's to me.
It's fine.
Tomato, tomato.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We don't care.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's all good. People know what I'm saying. But I was out for like a month and a half with that
you were.
sucker. And I lost some pounds. I would literally. I don't even know if I told you this. I came to the gym like 5 or 6 times. I literally drove there, got there, and could get out of my car because I had to run back to my house because I was not going to make it.
I think I
Man.
texted you one time because I saw you pull in, and I'm like, what happened?
Where'd you
Where
go?
did she go? I swear she pulled in.
I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it.
Oh my gosh.
And that bathroom cannot conceal what's about to go on in there.
Oh my God.
I'm out of here.
I'm out.
Even the music ain't loud enough for what's going to be happening in that bathroom.
Never again.
Or nobody will come in because I'm telling you,
That's true.
it's like nothing you've ever experienced.
I don't want it.
You don't want it.
Don't want it.
That's commitment right there.
That is.
It was something.
That's good.
Okay, next question. Oh, I know the answer to this question. If it's not the answer that I think it's going to be, I'm going to make you go to it. What is one of your most inspiring stories about one of your clients?
Okay, so this question, I've had so many clients throughout the years of my training, so it was really hard to pick one. But There was one that stood out, and it was in the beginning of my training career.
Okay.
It was in Massachusetts. I was hired by the daughter of this woman, and she was 92. She was in a nursing home.
This is the one I wanted.
Is it?
Thank you,
Oh,
God.
good. It's just the one that has stuck with me forever.
I love this story.
You know, and it kind of developed in my training career as who I am and what I do this for. So she's 92. She was starting just sitting in a chair. I'd bring my bands with me. We'd do some band work, and then I'd get her up and back down off the chair. That's the first level of our.
Because she was not even moving.
No, she would not. And that's why her daughter hired me, because the nurses were not walking her, and she was afraid that her mom was just going to just
deteriorate.
Yeah, exactly, in the chair. So, I worked with her like 3 days a week and would come in there, and eventually I got her walking to her door, and then we'd go sit back down in the chair, do some more exercises, get back up. And by the time a few months had passed, we walked her around the whole corridor, around the nurse's station. She didn't walk very fast. She walked with her walker. She stopped at every single door and waved to everybody because she was so friendly. So it was just, for me, it was amazing to see somebody at 92 being able to get stronger and
be successful.
Yeah, exactly, at exercise. And I'm like, she's 92. There's no
age limit.
No.
That's when you told me that story, which was pretty much when I first started. You told me that story. And I thought to myself, if a 92-year-old can do this, there's no excuse.
No.
Like, I have no excuse for not exercising.
And she never told me I didn't want to do this. Like, she'd always do whatever I asked her to do and do all the exercise. She'd love to have me in.
Can't say that I have. I did.
Yep.
I have said I don't want to do this.
Yeah. But like we were talking about with clients, I would chat with her the whole time about, she'd only remember things that happened way back in the day. So it was interesting to me to hear about stories of when she bought her first house, and she'd end up telling me the same stories over and over again. But it was a great relationship.
Who cares, right?
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, like, first of all, you're never too old.
No.
And you can always gain muscle strength.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not too far gone that you can't, like, gain things back. Like, a lot of people legitimately go, I'm past my time.
Yeah.
You're never past your time, though.
Yeah.
If a 92-year-old who couldn't get out of a chair is walking around, that's huge.
It was great. And then she even had about a pneumonia when I was in the middle of my training her. And the doctors even told me, and the nurses, and they said she wouldn't have survived this if she wasn't active on a regular basis. Like, we
Holy moly.
a lot go downhill really fast. So, that again stood with me, and I said, well, that's a way to stay healthy and have your immune system exercise.
Yeah, be strong.
Yeah.
So crazy. Like, but I'm going to hit this, but you're big on, and who knows what she was eating, but you're big on the nutrition part of it. Like, Virginia won't even she like makes everything. She doesn't even buy anything.
Right, because it's really hard to stay with a routine and within your calorie range and things that are healthy by eating processed foods and things that are pre-made. And we want to know what we're eating. We want to know what we're putting in our bodies. Yeah, once in a while I'll have something that's off my regular routine, but
that's different because it's even like it's not the norm. So it doesn't matter if it's every now and then, because that's really not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything if it's once in a while. It's if it's something on a regular basis that you're doing that, it's going to affect you and your results. So,
which is big. Which for me, like, even I make stuff now. That's a big deal. I mean, like, I make my own protein balls and stuff like that. I would have bought those. But I'm like, you know what? I can do this. Like, you've given us recipes, and part of your you have a nutritional talk once a week, and in that you hit different topics and the importance of different things in your like health journey. These are the things that you need to also include, and they go from anywhere from guilty energy drinks and like those kinds of things, like how that affects you, to even what was one of the ones, all of them I feel guilty. Every single last one of them. I walk away. Now, I don't ever feel like bad about myself, but I feel like, man, you've got a long ways to go. And then one of them was like, I would have never even have thought about, I wish I could remember what the topic was, but I was like, I never even would have thought about that.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, because I don't drink.
Yeah.
But no, I don't remember. One was Energy, which was really good. I've only listened to I've only been on 3 of them, and I was like, I would never even.
Yeah.
Would've-
But what my goal is with those is to educate you on why. I don't want to just say, you can't eat this, you shouldn't eat this because it's got a lot of calories or, it's got a lot of sugar. Yeah, we know that, but what is it doing to our body? So that's what my goal is with my nutrition talks that I have with my clients.
A lot of people don't realize that processed foods, all the stuff that they have, and all the nutrients that they're missing. Like our soil is missing so many nutrients.
Yes, right. Yeah.
So, you've got to counterproduct. It has to be counterproductive to that. Like Natalie, when she comes on, she's really good about talking about different supplements.
Yeah.
Vanessa's big on peptides right now. Big time on peptides. As far as I'm going to get off topic, but what supplements? What is your feeling on them? Obviously, you believe that they have to be ones that are not necessarily pharmaceutical brand, but ones that are very close to being pure. Correct?
Yeah,
Because if you get it at Walmart, forget about it.
You want to make sure it has one of the symbols on there. It's NSF. It's National the Certifying Agency. So a lot of them are third party tested, which means it's not their company testing it. It's other company that comes in and says, okay, is this what it says it is? Because there's a lot of supplements that can be on the market that aren't what they are.
Well, they have metals in them. Vitamins have metals in them. People don't even know. That's not good to be taking.
Right. So there's some certain companies that will come in and third-party test to make sure it's accurate and it's pure and it's what it says it is on the label.
So NSF?
NSF. You'll see that on a lot of labels for supplements and even protein
powders
and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know, and I know you when you sell a protein powder at the gym,
yeah.
It's gone through rigorous, and they're so good.
Yeah, and I had to be good because you're not going to stick to something just like an exercise. If you don't like it, you're not going to stick to it.
Tastes good, but then it's healthy on top of that. So. Okay, organic is everything that says organic. Is it truly organic?
Well, it has to have the certification on it. So
because I've heard that it's not necessarily true.
There is stipulations that they have to be in order to be organic. So I don't know how strict if those regulations have changed, but yeah.
Do you mostly eat organic? And if you do, are you really cautious?
There's certain foods that are better organic. I did a talk on that in one of my nutrition chats about what is better to buy organic, like berries and things that you eat that are that don't have a protective skin on them.
Yeah.
Like oranges have a protective skin. You can peel those.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah. Those are bananas, things like that. Those typically don't have to be organic. So you can save money on certain foods.
Holy mackerel. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Now I do. Okay. So if it doesn't have a covering, then you really got to be careful.
Right. And there's certain foods that are sprayed more. Coffee is real important to make sure that that's organic because that can have a lot of pesticides in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not careful with coffee.
Yeah. So there's certain foods that are better to get organic.
What about frozen fruit?
Frozen fruit's fine. Yeah.
Because
usually they'll pick them right away and freeze them as soon as they pick them.
But that needs to be organic, correct?
Not necessarily. It just depends on what it is. If it's berries, I would focus on getting those. So same way as if they're fresh.
Interesting. Okay. So let me ask you this. What does your own workout week typically look like? You said you only do one class a week.
I do a HIIT class on Monday night.
That thing is terrible.
It's fun.
I've been having to do it. I've been having to do that class this week as part of this month as part of our workout.
Yeah.
That thing's terrible. I am so flippin' sore after that thing and can't breathe.
Yeah. Well, it's a cardio workout because your heart rate's up.
With weights.
Intervals. Yeah. So some of them I have weights and some of them we do body weight. People get scared when I tell them don't get anything. We just need our body weight. And then that's what are we doing?
That's petrifying.
So I do that HIIT on Monday. Tuesday, I do either a lower upper body workout. Wednesday is my pliability day. So I teach a stretching yoga style workout. Thursday, I do another strength workout, whether it's lower, upper.
Weights?
Mm-hmm. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are my weight training days. Friday is my free day, so I do what I feel like doing. If I just walk or I have a Peloton at home, so sometimes I'll do a Peloton ride. And then Saturday I do another weight training day.
So every day, do you exercise every single day, or do you
I
take
make
any
sure-
days off?
I make sure I get my steps in. So I get 8,000 steps at minimum a day. So I'll walk. If Sundays I like to walk in the morning, so I get up and go for a walk.
So every day is some form of
I
exercise.
do some kind of activity. Yes.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Not me.
I don't feel right if I don't move.
You're addicted though.
So
Like you're like
don't
my
know,
husband's
I
the
just-
same way.
that's just
He
my
can't go
routine.
one day without.
yeah.
If he does,
just- yeah.
he wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, "Okay, I gotta get up. I
Oh,
gotta
my
go."
goodness.
Oh yeah, he's got problems.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do too.
Well, I think we're made to move. Our bodies are well, I don't think. I know our bodies are made to move. We are living in a society now where we drive everywhere. We sit at desks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're made to get up and walk around at least. So that's why I walk for a minimum. So
How long does 8,000 steps take you?
if I have a little loop around our house, our street. That's 1.4 miles. So if I do that once out of the day, I'll get typically, but I'm always on my feet with training and,
Oh yeah.
moving around. I don't sit too much, so I don't have a desk job. So I'll get 8,000 steps.
No
if I
problem.
absolutely include the walk in. Yeah. And my husband and I will walk together. My kids even come walk with me. And
Yeah, we used to
So-
walk as a family.
yeah, that's what makes
that
it
ship
fun.
has sailed a long time ago. Yeah, we used to but the problem is my husband likes to walk for like an hour and a half, and all of us were like, after like 45
little
minutes, we were
cutoff
all
that
like,
you
our feet are
can
killing
take.
us. Which I can do it now, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, my corns, they're killing me. Can you check TikTok really quick? Yeah. So it's like, oh my gosh, that's a long time, especially when your kids are in like high school and they're like,
Yeah, they
An
won't
hour and a
wanna
half.
walk
Come
an
on,
hour.
dude.
It takes me probably, I think 30 minutes to do that 1.4 or 4
that's not
miles.
bad. Yeah. That doesn't,
it's
that's
just a 30
like,
minute walk. It's nothing crazy.
it's a no brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the fitness industry heading in the next 5 to 10 years? Well, if you had a crystal ball, like what do you think, it'll look like?
I don't know. That question got me too, because with so many trends that come out.
Like
and,
P90X was
yeah.
huge back in the 80s and
Yeah.
90s. Like then it was CrossFit. It's all, it was, what's that one that used Zumba that you used to teach? Like,
I feel like
there's,
Pilates is having their moment right
yeah,
now.
right now,
Pilates?
currently
Yeah.
for sure. And it's,
but
like,
it's
you
had
see
its
a
moment
lot of-
before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But a lot of those lower intensity workouts, because HIIT was, I thought this was knocked over. Because HIIT was such a big thing. So now people are like, I got to scale back. It's a little too intense and it's
not-
causing a lot of stress.
I didn't think that HIIT was
So-
that bad. I just thought like I haven't done it in so long that I was like, dag, man, I am not like,
Yeah.
my cardio is really bad. Which that showed me I need to be doing way
do
more
a little
cardio.
more. Yeah. Because we need to work our hearts too. Strength
Right.
training works our muscles and, gets those going, but we don't get our heart rate up as much as if we were doing some kind of cardiovascular class or bike riding.
Right.
So that's why it's important. I try to get my heart rate up to a certain level.
It's a
when
great
I'm doing my
class.
exercises. Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Like since Pilates is having its day right now, do you think it's like everything is cyclical? It comes back around. Do you think it'll be something new? Possibly. I mean, do you hear anything right now, like futuristically, that people are trying to create a new kind of piece of workout equipment, or like?
Ever since like COVID, I've seen an uptick in home gyms. So a lot of people,
Interesting.
because of time constraints, not a lot of people have time to work out and time to dedicate to exercise. So since COVID, a lot of people bought equipment and put it in their house and turned their garages into a fitness room. It saved them money too in the long run from having a gym membership. So, and then weight training, there's so much more positive studies that have been done on the benefits of strength training in general. So
Yeah.
I see that as the biggest trend moving forward.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is one thing that I think if the home gym thing goes that way, see, for me, what keeps people from exercising a lot of time is injury
The form, yes.
and not doing it correctly.
Right.
So I don't know if it's common, but like for you actually will watch people in their own homes exercising, doing their weight training, and then telling them, because I walk past your area, and you'll be talking to them, okay, basically if they were standing in the gym, what they're to do next, and like counting
on my
down for
video.
them, and
Yes. Yeah.
or that form needs to be, you need to do this with it.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wanted to go that route, they still could have a personal trainer though,
And I
which
even
is
have
highly
clients-
suggested.
Yeah, and I even have clients too that I create them a program in the app, and the app has all the videos. It tells you what to do and how to do it. I have some that send me videos of themselves doing the exercise, so I can critique it and say, okay, this is all I do is this to fix that, or go a little lower on whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So videos is crucial in helping me to personal train people. Now that video conferencing, I guess you can say, has been a big thing. So especially since COVID,
Do you think that people will hire more personal trainers in that direction, or do you think that they'll just do it on their own? Because that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's great to be able to have a personal trainer that's well qualified, that can listen to what you are trying to do and your personal goals and help you on your journey, because what you do is going to be different than somebody else with different goals. So that's the biggest thing I hear when people walk into a gym is they don't know how to use the equipment, so they just hop on the treadmill and do that.
I would have done that. That's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And I had a woman recently come in this, and she has a whole full gym facility at her place that she lives.
Me too.
Yeah, and she doesn't use it because she's like, oh, there's this machine, I don't know how to work it, and then and I said, well, is there a trainer that is available? And she said, no, they just open this.
Oh, where she lives, I have a whole gym in my garage.
No, she has like a community.
Yes.
With a community gym.
Okay. Well, I don't even go to my gym in my garage.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But and it's hard because you look at a room of equipment and you're like, what do I do? How do I put this together?
Can you
make a
imagine me
workout?
in that gym? Can you imagine me in that my home gym? I'd be in traction. I would not be here. Oh my gosh. Well, this is a fun question. I already know the answer. Even though I know the answer, is it do you suggest pre-workout or coffee? Or
I am not a big pre-workout person. So because I don't want to rely on a drink to get me to go work out.
I've had to listen, girl.
So I'm a coffee girl. So a cup of black coffee, if you need that little boost to get you, it should be enough.
I can't drink just black coffee.
I've had a few different pre-workouts and my skin crawls. I cannot.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Me and Tracy, it doesn't crawl for us. It says, hello, you're woken up.
I feel like I'm on crack.
Yeah.
Do you know what crack is like?
Oh my God, I don't know. Do you remember ephedra?
I've
When
heard
that
of
was
it.
legal?
I have heard of it. I don't know,
When I worked at one of my first gyms I worked at was World Gym, and it was legal at the time. And we had these bars, and they had ephedra in it, and I was hungry. I was working behind, I'd make smoothies for everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll just grab this bar and I'll eat it. So I had the bar. It wasn't that big. I did not sleep for 3 days.
What?
Looking at the bar, it says take
Where do you
one
get that?
or half of it. Have it before your workout, and then have half
That's crazy.
after your workout.
Wait, they
I
don't
just
sell
had
that
the whole
anymore?
thing, and I was like, why am I not tired? It was terrible.
They don't sell that anymore?
They don't. It's illegal.
Darn.
And then
Tracy's like, where can I get
I'm
that?
like, wait.
Does Amazon carry that?
Black market?
shortly after they made it illegal, and I'm like, oh man, I felt like I was on speed.
Really?
It was
So
bad.
funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm not a big.
Okay, so no pre-workout, just coffee.
I guess just coffee is my pre-workout of choice, you could say.
Oh, my gosh.
And coffee actually can give you a little extra boost to burn a little extra calories while you're
Really?
working out, because your heart rate is a little higher. So and you'll know, I've had coffee before my HIIT workout, and my heart rate gets
Really?
10 beats per minute higher than normal.
Okay.
So
What I love about our gym is, first of all, there's a coffee machine. It's a Keurig, right?
Yeah.
Guess I've never. But the girls that have worked out, they like each other so much. They've got a table in
Yeah.
the gym. They sit and
And
they chat and they have
coffee.
coffee together after they work out.
So
That's
sweet.
That is sweet. Like
is
they're
sweet.
legitimate friends, and their trainer. She sits and hangs out with them until her next client comes. Like that is so personal.
know.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
that's like
that's what our facility is all about. Is
yeah. It's like
it's relationships.
I said that on Wednesday. It's like going and hanging out with your friends.
Yeah, because so many people are intimidated by a gym, and for me,
It's mostly
that's
girls.
what motivated me to open a personal training studio. Because
Yeah.
like there's so many people out there that don't exercise and work out because they're just intimidated. They don't want to walk into a big gym where everybody knows what they're doing, and
Yeah.
and the weight rooms are in the back. There's a whole thing, and I'll have to send it to you on how they design the gyms purposely so that not everybody's comfortable coming in there to work out, because they don't want, if everybody that had a membership worked out,
They could never.
they would never fit everybody in there.
True.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
amazing?
So they purposely make it like that. It's crazy.
So that people don't stick
Not
to their
calling out
contract.
any gyms.
So that they won't stick to their contract.
Yeah.
But they still collect monthly
Oh
on
yeah.
the contract.
That's why it's so cheap. It's like $10 a month or whatever. They come up with $10 to $35. But the more expensive gyms are going to make sure that you come. They're more in tune to
Their
want
clientele.
you to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to call you if you're not there.
Which you do.
Yeah.
In a very nice way. You
yeah.
don't call me out, but you're
Yeah.
like, just checking on
So
you.
you're going to get
girl.
the motivation if you have a gym like that. Yeah,
Which
so
is
that's the
super
difference.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk nutrition, girl. This is like I saved the worst for last. Not the best for last. The worst for last. I have accomplished the working out side.
Yeah.
The
and
nutritional
that's the easy part.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet the nutrition's like 80% of the 20 of working
Yeah.
out.
Correct.
The nutritional part sucks.
Yeah, it's
True.
because you can exercise like crazy every single day, but if you eat like crap, you're not going to see any difference.
Which thank God for salmonella.
Like body
that helped
type
me.
wise, because what it is you're exercising, but you're not putting in the right nutrients to react to that exercise. So if you're weightlifting, you need that protein in your body,
Which
in
I've
order-
gotten better.
Yeah.
That part I have, but I still eat poorly.
Yeah, but then there's also if you eat a lot of sugar, your inflammation is going to be high. So
So
exercising,
sugar causes inflammation?
sugar can cause inflammation to aggravate it. Yes.
Did you guys know that? You did, Vanessa, yeah. Tracy, did you know that
Yes.
sugar causes inflammation?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
you're the only one that does it.
Yeah, I didn't
trying to
know
hear
that.
it.
Yes. I know.
I had no idea. Did you know that? Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I did.
So it's important. What you put into your body is huge,
Yeah.
and
That's
and
why
how
most
you
people
feel.
are inflamed and their faces are really round.
and puffy.
Because they
and-
like,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm not calling anybody out, tell you.
Really? Like your face gets chunkier from your face cannot get inflamed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's where it shows
that's
the most.
Okay, that's
Cortisol
me right
face.
here then.
cortisol face, where they're so skinny, but their faces are so so bloated and so inflamed.
Yeah.
That's when people usually lose weight quickly. Like you'll see
Like
in their
Tom.
face.
Like his face is fat until he loses weight, and then he loses. Yeah, he has a fat face when he's big. He does.
And that's usually when you can tell. Like
Yeah.
When people
Yeah, yeah.
start to
Too
lose
many
weight, if
Slurpees.
they're-
Too many
Way too many Slurpees.
Sugar.
It's inflammation.
All that sugar.
But what you put in your body is going to make you. You're not going to feel like you want to exercise if you're highly inflamed.
I do.
It's not comfortable.
I do.
It's not comfortable. You're going to burn off all that inflammation.
Oh my gosh. The only thing that makes me not eat more sugar is like you worked out so
I
hard
know.
that you're like, I don't
wanna
want to
destroy
do
this.
that.
Yes.
I don't want to defeat everything that I just did. I'm not saying it
Or-
works every day, but for the most part, it helps me out a lot.
Or you think I worked out so hard, I deserve a sweet treat.
Exactly.
That is true. You do think that way too.
Yeah.
God bless. That is so flipping
Oh,
true.
man, it's not good, but
True, but it's true.
it's true.
That is very true. Like,
Sometimes, yeah.
but it does keep you from being like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. But I
keeps you
still eat
accountable.
sugar. I don't eat it near like I used to.
Right.
But I still like.
Yeah. Sugars as addicting as cocaine. It's They've done studies on that. It does the same
Really?
trigger to your brain
As cocaine?
Yes. Yeah.
I know what it likes to be a crack addict then.
No, crack is whack.
Seriously.
That's why it's so hard for people.
God
that
bless it. It is
have
really
sugar to
hard.
get off of sugar. And it's in everything too, or in a lot of processed
It is.
things that we don't recognize too.
I mean, people have told me, and I didn't know this, but our worship leader worked at Chick-fil-A, and people thought they were doing so good because they were eating chicken, and he was like, they coat that with sugar. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, the coating has sugar in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, then what? Because people literally were like thinking they were doing so good because they weren't eating a burger that was greasy. They were eating like
Chicken.
Yeah, and that's another reason to make your own food because you know what's in it and how it's prepared, and because a lot of restaurants I won't
They
name
doctor
names,
it.
but they can take their fries and soak them in sugar water, and then fry them and make them addictive.
and they do. And hey, listen, we name names here. we've been banned and suspended. I can't even tell you how many times. So you can name names if you want to. It doesn't bother me a bit. But that's so nutrition is like 80% is what
It's
you
big,
told me.
yeah.
You're like,
I mean,
it's-
if you're trying to lose weight or change your
Be
body
fit.
composition, yes, and be fit, you have to pay attention to what you're putting in it.
like that's the first thing you said to
Yeah.
me. One of the first things you said when I came in, you're like, because I was like, how much do I have to change? You're like, it's like 80%.
Yeah.
Your nutrition is about 80% of.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Well, then we make small changes. That's the fitness personality. Some people can go all in, and other people have to start with small changes.
Yeah.
And make them gradually as they go. And
Oh, yeah.
then you look back and you're like, oh, wow, I've changed a lot.
Yeah.
After you've done a whole bunch of those mini changes.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Encouragement is key
True.
when you're
Yeah.
working out. Encouragement is key because there, you want to be, you want to quit so bad,
Yeah.
so many times, but then you're encouraged and you're like, okay. It's like somebody cheering you on in the back, like when you're running a race, you can hear them in the background cheering you on and you're like, okay, I think I can do
Yeah.
this.
And it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be
exactly.
perfect. Your fitness journey is never perfect. You're never going to be exactly on and not miss a day for your whole life. You're going to have times where you're up and down. And as long as you pick yourself back up and get back on and keep
That's
going.
all that matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Okay, we have no more time, but I'm going to ask a couple more questions, and you guys can go if you want to, but whatever. How do you handle nutrition for clients with unique needs, like vegan, keto, food allergies? Because that's really big right now. Food allergies are like off the charts.
Right.
And there's a lot of people who feel like it's hopeless for them in some ways. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what food allergies is like because you deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's food sensitivities, and then there's food allergies, and there's celiac disease and things like
Yeah.
that. So I'm not a certified nutritionist, so I don't prescribe things to
Right.
people. So I refer out for that. But I usually will have clients give me their food diary in the beginning
Yeah.
and just write down with me what you eat. Give me a 3-day food diary and tell me what you eat, and I will help you make changes to that. So that's how I do it. So it's more personalized.
Right.
Because I'm not going to give you a whole dietary plan. If
Plus, it
it's
helps for their workout
completely
routine,
different
correct?
than what they do. Yeah.
It does, because if you're eating a certain way, you want to work out a certain way to a certain extent,
Right.
correct?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And some people just don't want to do it because they're like already, like with my daughter, like her with type 1, people are like, you shouldn't work out. That's just not true,
No,
though.
that's not true. Yes. No.
Actually, a lot of times they say don't or be very careful.
Right.
But even if you think there's something holding you back, don't let that hold you back.
No. Right.
Go for it. One last question. This is, and then I'm going to ask you one last question. Where are your personal go-to meals or snacks? What are your personal go-to meals and snacks during a busy day? Which I love seeing what you eat. This is one of the things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people think I can't plan all these meals. I don't have time, so I'm not going to be able to eat like perfect. But you do stuff that's really easy and
Yeah,
really fast.
I'm really boring, honestly. I have, I always make my breakfast so I can grab and go. So right now I'm doing the cottage cheese and fruit. So I always have protein in the morning. So I either do eggs, that, or I do yogurt and my fruit. And then my lunch is always some kind of protein and veggies. So I throw that in together, and I do a lot of stir fry because it's easy. And then dinner I make as a family. So,
But you just had you just showed people how to make a soup. Mm-hmm. But that didn't even take you that long.
no, nothing I do takes very long.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I don't
you
have
can,
much time. So
but even because you're busy, but
Yeah.
people are always use that as an excuse that I can't eat right because I don't have time to prepare all these meals.
no.
But I see what you eat, and it didn't take you
No,
an
it doesn't
enormous
take me a
amount of
long
time.
time.
And
Yeah.
I've eaten what you've eaten. It's
Right.
good.
Yeah. So like right now I just put chicken, marinated that in the in our fridge last night so I can have it ready to just chop it up. And I make curry chicken. I love it. It's
Yeah.
easy. So I put all the seasonings with the curry and all that in the chicken, let it marinate, and then I chop it up, saute it, put in the coconut milk, and that's it.
Plus, there's between the fryers that they have, like the air fryers,
yeah.
and then what's those Instapot thingies? Like there's so many different ways that you can cook things
yeah.
so fast
Yep.
and eat well.
So I just make sure I have a lot of things prepared for the week and that I just throw those in. So if you have your proteins prepared, you can throw it in all different foods throughout the week. So
Yeah.
I do that for my lunches. And then I'll do a lot of like frozen veggies so I can take them out of and just heat them up.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
No.
If you want it, you'll do it, and you don't have to like do meal prep for hours upon hours upon hours.
No. I do meal prep just for my breakfasts and then because I have time to throw a lunch together. So I don't worry about that as much.
Yes, so easy. Okay, last thing. What does Elite Gym offer? And she's going to put up your information too, so everybody knows how to get a hold of
Yeah.
you, what that looks like. But what does the gym actually offer?
Well, my studio, I have 2 rooms. I have a group exercise room that we offer all different types of classes. We have yoga classes. We have boot camps, boxing, box fit classes, and my HIIT class that I do Monday nights. And we have Zumba on Saturday. So we have a variety of different classes in that side. So we have a membership just for that. And then on the other side, where Hope is where we do our strength training program. So we do one-on-one personal training, and I also do small group training. So it's like 4 to 6 people at a time. And that is pretty flexible because I give you a 3 to 4 day routine. So you can
Yes.
kind of come in, and once you're familiar with the app, you can be flexible and come in at a time that works best for you. But we're always in there looking at you, making
Always.
sure that you're doing things right, even if we're working, with somebody. If we see you doing something wrong, we're not going to let you do that.
And it's not to be uncomfortable. It actually should make you feel very secure that
Yeah.
somebody's watching you. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
uncomfortable that they are, because
Right,
it's
so
actually they're not staring at you and making you uncomfortable. They're glancing
we'll
at
just
you. Yeah.
make sure that what you're doing is
Right.
is what you should be doing. So that's good in the sense you get that guidance if you're uncomfortable with weight training and are not sure of that. So we have the small group training, and then I do online personal training. So
And what does online personal training look like? First of all, it's where you go ahead. What does that look like specifically for people who might be interested in that?
Yeah. So what it is a personalized program. So if you have a gym that you work out at, or if you have a home gym and you just want a plan put together, I have my small group program that I have access to online. So if you'd like to participate with everybody else that's in the studio doing that same program, I do that for just a fixed price of $99 a month, and you can just follow along with us. You can participate in my nutrition chats on Friday. You can do my online classes that I do in the studio. So there's a lot that's involved with that piece. But then I do personalized programs. So if you are someone that just needs just starting out, or someone who's been working out for years and you just want a specific program for a certain goal that you have, and you're like, hey, Carrie, this is where I'm at now. This is where I want to be. How do I get there? I offer personalized programming as well. So I'll meet with you on a consultation on video, and then we just do a consultation first, see where
Right.
you're at, and then I can show you how I can help you design the program and do that in the app. So it's all personalized. I check in with you once a week, make sure you're adhering to the program, and it's all with whatever equipment that you have access to.
Another thing that you didn't mention is, like for me, what I have is I can actually track my nutrition, which a lot of people don't realize how bad they eat until they track it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing because literally you can do barcodes on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not complicated.
No,
It's not hard to
no.
do. You even have restaurants. The system that you have we can go to the restaurant and type in the restaurant and then put in
And
what we're
put in their
eating,
dish,
and
yeah.
it has it on there. Like you can track everything, and that's a
Right.
beautiful thing that you offer as well for your nutritional side of things.
Yeah, because that's where you're going to see the results too. If you don't track it, it's really hard to get on track to where you should be and what you should be eating and how much of.
Which after a while, you kind of don't even need to record what you're eating because you're eating pretty much.
Then you'll get into a routine of that,
Which I found
and
to
you'll
be
get
true
rid of
for
your
me.
bad habits. You'll see what those bad habits are once you start entering those, and you're like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I guess I can't do this anymore because it throws my carbs way off.
Yep.
So
Now, just one last question. Your work, I know because I did it, like for your HIIT class, for your pliability class, things like that. I've done those at my house because I couldn't make it for
Right.
them. Before Tom did his podcast 5 days a week, which makes it impossible for me because I'm here. But before then, if I couldn't make it and drive there, I could actually take the class because you turn on the camera and in real time, we do the class with you,
right.
which is phenomenal. So like that's even something that is available to people that I don't even
'Cause
think
I know
they
time,
even know.
Time constraints are a real thing. So
Like if you
know.
get home late from work, but you
Yeah.
want to go work out, but now you're late.
Yeah, you
so
don't want to
can
drive anywhere or whatever it is.
You don't miss it.
Yeah.
So do you have it? Awesome. So if you want to reach out to her, okay, this is how you're going to reach out to Carrie. You're going to get a hold of her through the phone number 941-286-3475. 941-286-3475 for those who are not watching the podcast but listening. And then you can also email her, and I'm going to spell this out for you instead of, it's kind of long. That's the reason why.
Sorry.
That's okay. And it's also because they'll type in Carrie and it might be wrong. It's CARRIEDAND again as in dog, RAD again, @gmail.com. I'm going to do that one more time for you. It's CARRIE, D as in dog, AN as in Nancy, D again, RADE @gmail.com. Give her a call because I can tell you right now, you will not be disappointed. Just from personal experience,
Yeah.
personal referral, you'll be very, very, very happy.
We have
with
a lot of fun.
a lot of fun, a lot of knowledge, and great results. So thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. We will see you on Wednesday of next week. Have a great weekend. And if you attend Foundation Church, we will see you on Sunday. Bye.
Real talk.